It's summertime. The weather is fine-ish. Well, we hope. Maybe. You never know. And it's time to get out for a drive. But where to go? Well, if you're scratching around for some kind of idea for a road trip, fear not. Good Road and Racing is here to help you with 6 incredible pieces of tarmac right here in the UK that you should go and drive soon. And if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a like. And then subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon, and you'll see everything from us on YouTube. Brilliant, isn't it? We'll start with something nearby. We might be a bit biased here, but one of our favourite roads of all is right on our very own doorstep. Stretching from Winchester in Hampshire to Heathfield in East Sussex, it's not only one of the finest stretches of road in the south, but in the whole of the UK. It is, let's be honest, filled with bikers almost constantly. No problem in itself, but it also means that stretches are patrolled by non-marked police bikes, so please be even more careful than we'd recommend you normally be. But whether you're looking to stretch your V-twins legs or get the roof down, there's something for everyone. Quaint little villages and valleys provide the scenery, while twisting snake-like areas between Midhurst and Petworth and Billingshurst provide some of the driving excitement. Okay, so the scenery is more picturesque than breathtaking, but it's still more than worth slowing down from time to time to take in those beautiful South Downs. Right, let's move away from roads we can easily reach within 20 minutes of Goodwood and look at one of the the world's most famous stretches of tarmac. Who in the motoring universe can deny the appeal of the SNAEFELL mountain road on the Isle of Man? Stretching for 13 miles, there's plenty of footage already of bikes doing about 1,000,000 miles an hour around what most will know as the TT course. It rises from sea level at times up to 422 metres above sea level, with gradients of up to 14% and corners ranging from super fast to tight hairpins that follow an incredibly hard stop. And, even if this weren't the case, it's about driving on one of the most historic pieces of tarmac in the entire world. It is probably the UK's oldest still used racetrack. A word of warning though, while there are no speed limits in parts of the Isle of Man, that's not a licence to be an idiot. Please enjoy yourself responsibly. The average speed camera might be the curse of the Great British Driving Road, but sometimes motorists as a group have very little to blame but, well, ourselves. The Cat and Fiddle is now controlled for the majority of its 12 or so miles by Derbyshire Constabulary's automatic eyes in the sky, so you'll need to be careful. And its sharp fast bends, steep drops and stone walls offer glimpses of just how badly it can quite easily go wrong. But these are also recipes for a brilliant driving road. The Peak District offers an at times jaw-dropping background to your day's wheel work. Those fast but challenging corners can still provide a thrill in the right car, and the walls will help you feel that sense of speed even more. But just remember there's a reason for those cameras. The road has been named the most dangerous in Britain. Between 2001 and 2020, there were 264 casualties on this single piece of road. So, just remember that as annoying as average speed cameras can be, you can still enjoy a beautiful piece of road without ragging the ever-loving snot out of a car. Before we move on, I'd just like to say thanks very much for watching this video and remind you that if you enjoy it, if you get any ideas for going on a nice road trip, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. All that jazz. And then we'll shut up and move on to talking about the Evo Triangle. Made famous by, well, Evo magazine obviously, this triangular route is made up of 3 roads, the A5, the A543 and the B4501. It allowed the magazine perfect long sightlines for photography as well as challenging corners and exciting straights for testing the latest supercars. Now, it too has been festooned with cameras ready to catch you out, but it's still an absolutely brilliant route, especially if you and some mates can set aside a day or two and head into Wales. If you all saddle up, spend a night in Wales to enjoy the absolutely breathtaking scenery and take in the Evo Triangle while you're there, that same scenery will provide the best opportunity you'll probably ever have to capture some cracking images of all your beloved machines. Why not give it a go? This is perhaps the first time a local government has realised that a great road route, one that has begun to build a bit of an online following, can also become the perfect marketing tool. The official route was created to bring tourists up to the nether regions of Scotland, the bits that most English people think are labelled "Here be dragons" on the map. And it appears to have done its job. You're now as likely to hear someone in the motoring community talk about going to drive the NC500 as the Evo Triangle. Quite possibly because rather than 20 miles, it covers 516. More than enough to create a proper few days away for you, your mates and your cars. Or bikes. The road begins at Inverness Castle and loops through the counties of Inverness-shire, Ross and Cromarty, Sutherland and Caithness. You'll take in John O'Groats, Cape Wraith and the Point of Ster and see the very best the Scottish Highlands has to offer. And some properly spectacular roads to boot. The only downside? That push for tourism has been as successful with cyclists as with drivers, so do expect to find quite a few on the route. But that said, it's really not a long detour off the NC500 to find even more empty and equally as brilliant roads. The Giant's Causeway is an area of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, the result of an ancient volcanic fissure eruption. But you can't actually drive on that. It's also a road that runs nearby. The 120-mile Causeway Coastal Route. This hugs the coastline between Belfast and Derry, showcasing the rock formations and natural wonders of the Northern Irish coast, as well as the impact man has had on the island of Ireland, like the stunning Ballintoy Harbour. If you fancy some time on the Emerald Isle, you'd be a bit of a fool not to take in some more time up at the Giant's Causeway, and you could even tack on the wild Atlantic Way, adding even more dramatic coastline to your holiday if you wanted a little bit extra. That then was a very, very quick tour of things you could do this summer with your car. But what have we missed out? Which ones are your favourite driving roads in the world? Is it your local one? Is it miles away? Where have you been or are going with your mates? We want to know. Let us know in the comments.